is in tight. Blocked by Barkley. That's right. 4-on-1 up top.
They're two of the most lopsided trades in NBA history. The most egregious dumps of superstars the league has ever seen. Generational talents sent packing for basically nothing.
Everybody said, oh, I didn't come to play, I didn't play hard, I didn't do this. Oh my goodness, never that.
Oh, they had no choice. I had to get out of there before they drove me crazy.
One was an MVP caliber superstar at the top of his game. The other was a diminishing asset, but still a top billing supernova only a few years removed from being the most popular player on the planet. Welcome to 1v1, where we're asking which trade was worse, Charles Barkley to the Suns or Vince Carter to the Nets. Let's begin by looking at who Barkley and Carter were when they were traded. The round mound of rebound entered the 1992 offseason as one of the NBA's most consistently dominant superstars.
Here's the breakaway now for Elo, and Barkley pings it against the glass. And it's going to be called a jump ball.
Barkley's 91-92 season was considered somewhat of a down year for his standards, and he still ranked 8th in league scoring and 10th in rebounds. In addition to making his 6th straight All-Star game, Barkley was named to the All-NBA second team, marking the 7th straight season he earned All-NBA first or second team honors. After finishing top 6 in MVP voting in 6 of his first 7 seasons, however, Barkley dropped to 12th in 1992, as the Sixers missed the playoffs entirely. Carter wasn't quite at that level when he hit the trade market in the middle of the 2004-2005 season. Vinsanity had taken the world by storm when Carter won Rookie of the Year in 1999.
Vince Carter wants the lob, there it is. Oh, no! Off the side of his head, through the bucket.
Famously resurrected the dunk contest in 2000.
Weights in the weight room, so he's stitched up in the left hand doing all this.
Oh, it did not. It's over, ladies and gentlemen.
And then emerged as one of the league's best players. Between the 99-2000 and 2003-04 seasons, a period that saw Carter lead the league in All-Star votes 4 times in 5 years, the Raptors high flyer averaged superstar numbers. But in his final season with the Raptors, a disgruntled Carter's numbers nosedived as he took more of a backseat to a young Chris Bosh. So why did the Raptors and Sixers ultimately make these awful moves? After advancing to the Eastern Conference Finals in Sir Charles's rookie year, the Sixers stagnated, then regressed over the remainder of Barkley's 8-year run in Philly. Following a second-round exit against Jordan's Bulls in the 91 playoffs, the Sixers knew Barkley was growing frustrated. A year later, and plagued by injuries, the 76ers missed the playoffs altogether, and Chuck officially wanted out. Carter's falling out with Toronto was a lot messier. Things started going south for the Raps when a knee injury sidelined Carter in 2002. With VC missing half its games, Toronto finished near the basement of the East in 2002-2003 and then drafted Bosh. And despite a productive individual campaign in 2003-2004 for Carter, the Raps were again well under 500. Adding fuel to the fire, the Raptors hired Rob Babcock as new general manager when Carter wanted Dr. J, and even took away Vince's mom's parking spot at its home arena.
Why would you park in the staff parking lot? I mean, because you're not staff.
Carter's frustration with the Raptors became increasingly visible to the public eye, as the former fan favorite with the $1 million smile and hops was suddenly saying things like this.
I don't want to dunk anymore.
Why not?
For what?
Get fouled, go to the free throw line?
You can make a layup and get fouled and go to the free throw line.
Now let's look at the hauls Philadelphia and Toronto received for trading the faces of their franchises. On June 17, 1992, the Sixers traded Barkley to the Suns in exchange for Jeff Hornacek, Andrew Lang, and Tim Perry. And that's it. While obviously a mismatch of epic proportions, it didn't seem quite as terrible at the time, as Hornacek, one of the best shooters alive, was coming off an All-Star appearance. But that also ended up being Hornacek's only All-Star appearance. Lang had one very forgettable year in Philly, while Perry averaged just 7.3 points and 4.3 rebounds over parts of 4 seasons.
That sucks.
On December 17, 2004, the Raptors traded Carter to the Nets for Alonzo Mourning, Aaron Williams, Eric Williams, a 2005 first-round draft pick, and a 2006 first-rounder, which sounds halfway decent until you really break it down. Mourning never reported to Toronto and was subsequently waived. The Williamses, of no relation, combined for less than 6 points per game over 2 seasons in Toronto.
Rain dance!
The 2006 pick was eventually traded, leaving the 05 first-rounder, which Toronto used on Joey Graham at 16th overall, as the centerpiece of the Raps' return.
Sometimes these things do not go as planned.
So what happened after? While the teams they left behind floundered, Barkley and Carter thrived.
Superstars come to play in big games, and here's this superstar, Charles Barkley, has come to play tonight.
Barkley won MVP and led the Suns to the finals his first season with his new team. Over 4 seasons in Phoenix, the Suns averaged 54.5 wins and made the playoffs all 4 years, winning 5 series in the process. Over that same 4-year period, the Sixers averaged 23 wins and never finished higher than 11th in the Eastern Conference. Philly wouldn't get back to the playoffs until 1999.
Might as well start at the top and work your way down.
In New Jersey, Carter played perhaps the best basketball of his career.
This lead of 8, Miami's the largest of the game, but talk about large. How about that slam dunk from Vince Carter? What body control and what power by Carter.
And certainly his best in 4 years, averaging 27.5 points in nearly 39 minutes per game his first season with the Nets. Over 5 seasons in the Meadowlands, Carter averaged more points, rebounds, and assists than he did as a Raptor. Partnering with Jason Kidd and Richard Jefferson, Carter and the Nets made the playoffs in his first 3 seasons with the team, advancing to the second round in 2006 and 2007, when he added salt to the wound by eliminating Bosch's 3rd-seeded Raptors as a 6th seed.
Oh, once again, the lob from Kidd to Carter.
The Raptors were back in the playoffs within 2 years of trading Carter, but the disastrous deal set them back for years, and the franchise wouldn't win a playoff series again until 2016.
Took a while, but they got there. Yeah. They got there.
Anytime we're discussing deals of this magnitude, there's always a what if. Would the Sixers' return for Barkley have been any sweeter had they not backed out of the original trade? Barkley and Ron Anderson to the Lakers for James Worthy and Eldon Campbell? Worthy only had 2 more seasons left in him, during which he averaged only 12.5 points. But Campbell actually went on to enjoy a long NBA career, and could have been a solid rotation piece for Iverson's Sixers years later. We probably wouldn't even be having this debate had the Raptors not drafted Joey Graham in 2005, 1 painful spot ahead of Danny Granger. Granger became an all-star and one of the NBA's most efficient multi-level scorers over his first 7 years in the league before injuries derailed his career. Ultimately, the trade still would have been bad, but not nearly on the Barkley level. It's time to make a decision. If we're asking which team received less in return for their star, the Raptors clearly ended up worse off in the short term. But while Carter flipped the switch and immediately returned to superstar status in New Jersey, Philly gave up the literal league MVP. Carter torched the Raptors time and again in head-to-head meetings after the trade. But the 76ers failed to land a single draft pick for Barkley and were lost in the wilderness as a franchise for much longer. While our gut said the 04 trade that took the Air Canada out of Air Canada Carter is the, winner here, after diving in deeper, the correct answer is actually the 1992 Barkley trade.
That's terrible.
The Sixers made the worst trade. They are the winners, which kind of makes them the losers in this debate. Whatever, you guys know what we mean, just let us know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video and want to see more content like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button.